I'm Debbie.
And I'm Megan.
We are real-life scientists, and we want to share some sciencey stories that are crazy, sometimes rusty,
Okay.
but with an Ad Libs twist. You are listening to Lab Libs.
I'm a bio-pirate, actually.
A mouse on a frog? You can't put a mouse on a frog, can you? Square dancing!
Square dancing!
Woo! Yeehaw!
Rusty? The story is rusty?
Sure. Subject materials, rusty. All right.
Okay.
As usual,
I know what must be done.
we must have an out of context quote.
Let's hear it. Lay it on me.
I'm going to tell you it's by.
All right.
You're not going to know who it is.
Okay.
Her name is Dr. Henrietta Mann,
Nope.
and she says, it's a natural process, recycling the iron and returning it to nature. But I think it's deteriorating much faster than that now. Perhaps if we get another 15 to 20 years out of it, we're doing good. Eventually, there will be nothing left but a rust stain.
Oh, okay. Something's like disintegrating into rust.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I have no idea what this could be.
Yeah, so we're in good shape. All right. In 1898, there was an American novelist named Morgan Robinson, and he published Futility. It was a novella describing a mighty British ocean liner called the Titan.
All right.
The fictional ship was large and was considered unsinkable, carried only the legal minimum number of lifeboats, sailed in April, and struck an iceberg in North Atlantic on its maiden voyage. The Titan went down with massive loss of life.
This is fictional?
This is an actual book that was published in 1898.
Whoa. Wait.
Yeah.
That's really similar to...
Uh-huh.
Did he, predict the future? Because
know?
I know, because you know, that the Titanic happened in 1912.
Of course we know that.
So this was, in fact, before 1912.
It was. So at the time, it was just a novel, but with the Titanic sinking, the parallels were so uncanny that the book was republished under the title The Wreck of the Titan.
It's crazy that it was called the Titan, too.
I know.
That's even similar name.
I know. That's crazy.
We just added ick.
Yeah. So he was accused of being psychic for the rest of his life and everything. But
Or time traveler is where my mind went as well.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's true.
It feels
That's
like
possible.
from the future.
So that's kind of unfortunate, but it's still very interesting. I thought that was super interesting. The Titanic began as part of a White Star Line's plan in the early 1900s. They wanted to build a new class of large modern ocean liners.
Now we're talking about the Titanic.
The actual Titanic.
Okay.
Harlan and Wolff in Belfast in Ireland designed and constructed the Olympic class ships called the Olympic,
Okay.
the Titanic, and later the Britannic. The Titanic was built with steel plates about an inch thick, fastened together with steel and wrought iron rivets. When she was
I knew you couldn't get through it.
I hate that so much.
Say it.
That's so hard. I wrote she. When she was completed, she was the largest ship ever made.
The Titanic is an inanimate object. Therefore, you could call it.
She's a she.
Because it is a boat.
Okay, next, first Lab Libs
All right.
coming up here. which was a year in the early 1900s.
Right, I did mess this one up.
You
a little
did
bit,
mess this
but
one
I
up.
corrected it. I read more closely.
Right.
About 5 minutes later.
So first I was disappointed, and then I said, wait, that's not even a year in the early 1900s. Megan started off with 1957. But then she quickly changed it before I even said anything and said, sorry, I didn't see early 1900s. I'll change it to 1907. And to that I say, worst co-host ever.
Why?
A year in the early
I
1900s?
couldn't say 1912.
And you are not going to represent.
No. I thought about it.
You did? Okay.
But I thought surely it wouldn't be that.
As long as you thought about it.
I did think it wouldn't be that.
Right.
And then I thought I should just say it anyways. But then I was like, no, I'm going to be my own person.
Yeah. Okay. So on April 10th in 1912, the Titanic left Southampton in Britain on her maiden voyage with more than 2,200 people aboard.
Right.
Let me tell you, I'm not telling you the story about the Titanic sinking.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
So no worries on that.
Wait,
I think
is the out of context quote the Titanic
right.
just going to be a spot of rough?
Right. That's right.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay, and then your next Lab Libs was a number less than 10. So I said blank days later, she struck a large iceberg in the North Atlantic.
Later after
After it set sail.
Okay.
After it set sail. How many days after it set sail?
That's a great trivia question.
You said 5. Does that sound right?
Kinda.
Yeah, well, it's close. It was only 4 days after.
4 days.
Yeah, 4
Okay.
days after it set sail.
All I know about the Titanic is from the movie Titanic.
Right, yeah.
So I was thinking, like,
So that's disappointing.
how long could that movie have taken place over? Like, only a few days.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's
I guess
one way
I
to
probably know some information about the Titanic from you, but that would be my only 2 sources.
Okay, so the impact caused the steel plates to separate along some of the riveted seams. Remember how I told you
yeah.
there's like the seams that are holding these big steel plates together?
With iron rivets? Is that what you said?
Yes, and so it just happened to hit the iceberg perfectly to where it tore about like 3 of them or something. It like just swiped the whole side and took out enough of those rivets to where the water
was coming apart.
The water was coming in too fast. There was nothing that they could do. So less than 3 hours later, the ship broke apart and sank. Next Lab Libs is in this sentence, and it is a number between 60 and 100. And I'll read you the sentence. The bow and stern landed separately on the sea floor, more than 2 miles deep, where they remained untouched for over blank years.
I said 69, didn't I?
You should say 69. Of course you did. Yeah, it's 70.
Wow, I was so close.
You were very close. Very good.
Always make
Nice
dirty
guess.
jokes.
Yeah, exactly. The wreck was located in 1985 by Robert Ballard.
That's so long after. They didn't know where it was?
70 years later. Yeah.
Wow.
We just.
Oh, yeah, you just said that.
Yeah.
Oh, because that's why it stayed in that spot, because they didn't know where it
Untouched
was.
because nobody knew where it was. Yeah. So in 1985, Robert Ballard's expedition found it. When the researchers first saw the ship, they noticed strange rust-colored formations hanging from the metal, which would later be referred to as rusticles.
Hate that.
I absolutely despise it, but let me tell you, that is like the actual word that is used. Like, I don't know if they've scientifically named it, but that is the word that they use.
That's what I'm going to say is gay for this episode.
That's fine. It reminds me of testicles.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, yep, rusticles.
The
It's not a good name.
Whoever named them that is gay.
Yeah, no,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but it's also just not, it's not a good
It's a bad name.
It's not a good name.
Yeah.
So they looked like rusty icicles, but they were soft and crumbly.
God, just thinking them in the context of testaments is really not working for me.
Yeah, stop thinking that.
Okay.
So over the next several years, samples would be collected for scientific study.
They're just hanging there,
Yeah,
and they're not like a solid thing. They're just like crumbling, and
they are.
you kind of crush it.
Yeah, if you think of something that's really, really rusty, how it just disintegrates really easy, like it's basically, I think, just kind of holding position until you touch it, and then they like crumble apart. Yeah,
that's what I was imagining.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when the wreck was first found, the world focused mostly on the haunting visuals. There was the grand staircase you could see, the bow that was buried deep into the sand, and it kind of left a feel of you're looking at history frozen, right? But among scientists, something else immediately stood out. The ship wasn't just sitting on the ocean floor. It was dissolving. Steel plates were, once smooth, were covered with rough orange growths that looked like frozen waterfalls made of rust. I think
that's incredible.
Yeah, they look and sound to me like stalactites, stalagmites type thing. That was what I would kind of go with, but fine.
It's like the combination.
Rusticle. Let's go with rusty icicle. That sounds better, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not great.
I really don't like that it sounds like testicle. Like,
Still hung up on that, right?
When I hear rusticle, until you just said rust plus icicle, I did not even think of that.
No, because it's not a good name.
It's a terrible name.
It's not. We could come up with something better, I'm sure.
I was thinking rust clouds.
Rust clouds?
The ones that were hanging, at least.
Yeah.
But now you've just described them almost like these frozen waterfalls of rust.
Yeah.
That's also still rusticles?
Yeah. Like I said, they look kind of like stalactites to me.
I mean, okay, I think I'm picturing.
Yeah.
What about... I'm making a very concentrated face. Trying to think of a combination of stalagmite and rust, but...
I know. It sounds bad no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay, so it appeared that the Titanic was being eaten. For years, the researchers wondered what exactly was doing the eating, though. The salt water alone can corrode metal, obviously, but not like this. These rusticles didn't resemble ordinary rust. They had a structure with tubular shapes that were branching. And they were oddly a porous exterior and interior, I guess. So they knew they weren't like random corrosion. They knew it was something more like organized. So some scientists suspected microbes.
That's where I kind of thought.
Others thought it was merely chemical breakdown. But there really wasn't enough evidence to say for sure at this point. So your next Lab Libs is in this one, and it's a number less than 4. You said 2.6, which I thought was creative of you to put a decimal in there.
I always think of decimals when the range is so small.
Yeah, it's great. This has a decimal.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so the Titanic lies blank miles deep, far below sunlight and in freezing water at a pressure that would crush a submarine, we know.
As we know.
So you said 2.6 miles down deep. What do you think?
That's close then, because you said it was 2 earlier, or more than 2 or something.
Yeah, 2.4 miles. 2.4 miles.
Okay.
So down there, not a lot of things survive. So in the early 1990s, scientists pulled up some samples. They
Of the rusticles?
Of the rusticles, right, correct. And so when they looked under the microscope, the rusticles showed complex networks of little channels in cavities.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that alone hinted at microorganisms. Nature rarely forms something so structured without like a biological reason, right? So at first, the scientists couldn't identify what microbes were hiding inside them that made them this way. Many scientists doubted that they were even alive at all, but at depths this deep, bacteria grow really slowly. And your next Lab Libs. And since the rusticles were mostly blank, not organic tissue, it wasn't obvious what food source anything could rely on. And your category was a metal.
I got it right, didn't I?
You said iron. That's correct.
Yeah.
The rusticles were mostly iron.
Yeah, that's not,
So not organic.
enough of a food source.
Right, correct.
Maybe it's no. I was going to say if it was a plant, because they sometimes use weird things as nutrients in addition to like getting their energy from sunlight. But if we're 2.5 miles,
That's
then there's
exactly.
no like photosynthesizing organisms. Surely.
Exactly. That's right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I think I still understand why they thought something must have been here before and is dead now.
Yeah, I think
There's
so
no food
too.
source.
Yeah. Okay, so the rusticles kept growing.
So it's ongoing then.
Yeah, and every year these methane iron particles flowed from them. So something was metabolizing the iron,
Yeah.
right?
Clearly still ongoing and active and alive there if it's still
Correct. So, what they wanted to do was prove it, right? So, collecting bacterial samples from the Titanic wasn't easy. The wreck is extremely fragile, and submersibles can't land on it without the risk of breaking more pieces off of it.
Yeah.
So instead, scientists use something that you recently taught me about, manipulator arms to grab small sections off of the rusticles from a ROV, remotely operated vehicle. That's what they use.
When did I teach you about this?
Mars.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the last episode.
Yeah. So it would scoop up the rusticle fragments and put them into little sterile containers, seal them in water from that area, like the sea floor where it was at, to try and make sure they keep these microbes alive.
Yeah. Oh, it is so similar.
Right.
That is very
it is, right? So, and then it carries them back to the surface.
I guess it makes sense that similar technologies would be used for space exploration and deep sea exploration.
It does make sense.
They are such foreign environments to us. We would need to collect and contain things.
And unlivable for Yeah. Yeah. So they process the samples, they transfer them to a couple different, labs that want to analyze them. The next Lab Libs is in this one, and it was a microorganism. You said amoeba?
Yeah. I don't think it's that because amoebas are some of the largest microorganisms. So probably
I tried to make it really easy on you too because it has 3 actually.
Oh, then I didn't. Amoeba's none of them.
Not one of them. Yeah. Inside the rusticles, the researchers found a mixed community of microorganisms: bacteria, archaea, and fungi.
Oh, wow. Literally every single type of microorganism.
Except for
So there's only, what are the 3 again? Archaea, fungi,
bacteria. And bacteria.
Okay. Well, I think amoebas are, what are amoebas?
I'm not sure.
Amoebas are eukaryotes. So this would be, what's the other one that's not eukaryote?
They're prokaryotes.
Prokaryotes.
Whatever. Yeah, I guess that's true, yeah.
Bacteria and archaea are both.
Yes, and fungi.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fungi too?
Yeah.
Are not eukaryotes?
I don't think so.
All right, I'll believe you. You're in the biology class.
I don't know. Who cares?
Who cares about science?
Who cares? So many of these were types that they had already cataloged in other oceanic environments,
Okay.
but there were also some unidentified ones.
Just for context, archaea is a separate whole like type of life form than bacteria, right?
Right.
And they're super old.
I'm not sure. I don't know that.
Evolutionarily, they're
Oh, yeah, maybe you're right.
much more ancient organisms too. So super interesting.
Yeah, that is funny.
All coexisting here.
That's crazy, right? So they ended up labeling this bacterial strain BH1. And it was after a couple of the scientists' last names.
So this was one that they hadn't found in any other
Correct.
samples?
That's right. This is one that they could not identify. At first, it was just one microbial isolate among dozens. Nothing about it immediately screamed, this is a new species.
Right.
But it did have some curious traits. So these are the two doctors I was talking about. In 1991, two researchers from Dalhousie University.
Yep.
I didn't even look at where that was at, so that's cool. Dr. Henrietta Mann, who is the one that was the quoted earlier,
Yeah.
and Dr. Bavleen Carr. They examined the bacteria inside in a different way. They used DNA sequencing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To identify microorganisms, scientists usually analyze their 16S rRNA.
Okay.
rRNA gene.
Sure.
Right. I don't know what that is. A section of bacterial DNA used like a barcode for species identification.
Okay, maybe it's that just like there's lots of the DNA in human or any other organism that's like the same between different species.
Yeah.
Like between mammals, lots of our DNA is exactly the same as other mammals. Right.
Right.
So that wouldn't help them identify anything.
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe for bacteria, since their DNA is so much smaller than ours, maybe the only variable part is, or maybe there's only few variable parts at all. So this is one that they're using to identify. That's what I would guess. Whereas lots of the DNA is the same between lots of different species of bacteria.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Sure. And
That's a guess.
so
They didn't use this particular strand to identify it? Is that what you're saying?
they normally use rRNA,
Okay.
but they use DNA this time, sequencing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So if the gene matches a known species, it goes into a global database. Actually, there's a few of them. So you'll be able to look it up and see if there's one that's already been named and it's matching this, DNA sequence. So if it doesn't match, then the organism may be a new one.
Okay.
The BH1 strain DNA was purified and sequenced, then compared to millions of genetic sequences. These are the databases: NCBI GenBank, Nucleotide Database, Microbial 16S rRNA libraries. Yeah. So when they put it through, no exact match.
Wow.
BH1 belonged to genus Halomonas,
Okay.
a family of salt-loving bacteria,
Sure.
but its genetic sequence was distinct enough to qualify as a new species.
Cool.
Yeah. So according to microbial taxonomy rules, if an organism's 16S gene differs from other known species by more than 3% and has distinct metabolic traits, it can be declared as a new species.
Oh, I guess I've never really thought about so specifically what are the
The
qualifications.
percentages
or
of
maybe-
this is new,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, this is a field that's really new, is taxonomy via DNA sequencing.
Yeah.
My partner actually worked in a lab that was doing that for a bunch of different reptiles and amphibians
Oh, that's interesting.
when we were in college. And she did a lot with their DNA sequencing, and there's often contradictions with the old taxonomy that we have had for many, many years, and said, hey, these two things are different species, or this is how these types of animals or organisms are related, right? But then we do their DNA sequencing and we find, oh, that's the same species. Or, oh, those things that we thought were the same species, they're actually really different genetically.
Right.
Or
exactly.
like, we thought these two animals were closely related. Nope.
All right. So BH1 met the criteria, and because it had genetic uniqueness and the ability to metabolize iron, the ability to survive in deep, extreme conditions, and had a unique colony appearance and growth patterns.
Oh.
Yeah, so all those things were kind of unique to the BH1.
Right. Also, it's living on the Titanic, so that's different.
Right.
So there's that. It's eating the iron or something, right?
Eating the Titanic.
Is it the one that's doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in order to understand what this bacterium was doing, what did they need to do? They needed to test it, right? Okay. So they ran a pretty simple metal corrosion test. They placed the bacteria onto small metal coupons, they call them, and over time the bacteria attached, spread, and began breaking down the metal.
Wow.
This showed that the RMS Titanic,
they named it after the Titanic.
They did.
So
was directly contributed to the decay of the Titanic steel.
wow, it's literally eating it. That is crazy. I don't understand how. I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
I don't think that I know exactly how, but...
Well, not how, but like, how's it surviving off of metal?
Right. Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you that. Okay. Yeah. To now further test it, they wanted to grow it themselves, right?
They want to grow the bacteria.
The bacteria. Mm-hmm.
Are they going to have to like recreate the deep sea conditions or something?
They cultured the bacteria in petri dishes and in broth solutions under conditions resembling the Titanic's environment.
Cool.
Next, Lab Libs. Okay, I asked you a number 1 to 15. You said 14.
Okay. What is this number?
A temperature of around blank degrees Celsius. There's a range, but I'm looking for the lowest Celsius temperature.
In Celsius, huh? Wait, let me...
It's always in Celsius.
I think it's going to be lower than 14.
Yeah.
Maybe like 9.
So it's the ranges around 4 degrees Celsius to about 10 degrees Celsius. That's about as warm as it gets.
Yeah.
They simulated the high pressures of the ocean and the extremely salty water.
Okay.
So surprisingly, but not surprisingly, it not only survived, but it thrived.
Oh.
Yeah. Your next Lab Libs is in this one. I'll read you the sentence. Your category was a gas. It grew best in high salinity, blank, low, iron-rich environments. So I'm looking for a gas. It's a low environment of this gas.
I said hydrogen, but I feel like it's oxygen. Is it low?
It is oxygen. Yeah. So it grew best with high salinity, oxygen low, iron-rich environments.
Okay.
The basically conditions that are identical to where they found it. You know, they tried to grow it on different types of metal too, I think. So pure iron, steel plates, and other metal fragments like that were commonly used at the time. The metal degraded, but not just chemically, biologically. The bacteria excreted compounds that converted iron into a softer, more porous form, essentially speeding up rusting through biology rather than simple oxidation.
That's so cool.
So this was like a breakthrough moment. It was
When they
metabolizing the iron.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Iron on its own isn't food in the normal sense, but certain bacteria use it in their metabolic processes. Instead of breathing oxygen like humans, they breathe, and for lack of a better term, the iron. Or oxidize it, you would say, right? So chemically gaining energy in the Titanic's low oxygen, high pressure environment. So it was gaining the energy
This
from.
is their only food source.
Yeah, exactly. The steel. Right, exactly.
The iron, particularly, huh?
Yeah, the
Is
iron.
steel
Sorry.
just iron? That's wrong. I don't know what steel is. It doesn't matter.
Anyways, they're metabolizing iron. Who cares? When Halamus.
You heard it here, kids. Who cares about science?
When Halomonas Titanicae feeds, it attaches to the metal surface. It secretes acidic or enzymatic compounds. These compounds dissolve the iron. The bacteria extracts electrons, which is its own version of energy, quote unquote. And the leftover iron becomes rust and then collapses into these rusticles.
Wow. I'm so impressed by this. Like
by this bacteria? Yeah, right?
yeah.
It's crazy. Okay. So
Because you need, like, carbon for most energy, like,
right.
and oxygen.
Right. Yeah. I know it's insane. So, well, I'll name a couple of these reasons again, but to sum it all up, this new bacteria was like really remarkable for, it thrives in near freezing temperatures, which is not normal. It handles pressures far greater than those on Earth's surface. It eats metal as an energy source. It also forms partnerships with the other microbes inside the rusticles. And it evolved in less than 100 years in a unique human-made habitat.
That is actually so incredible.
Super impressive.
I didn't think about that. Like, it couldn't have existed until Titanic was there.
That's right. That's right.
But nothing else was eating all that iron. So something evolved to take use of that resource. It makes sense that it would happen because there's so few resources at that depth.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
it makes sense that like something would start to use this resource.
Yes.
That was all of a sudden abundant.
Correct. That's right. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So very few microorganisms that have been discovered have ever had a clear evolutionary link to a single historical event.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not very many microorganisms out there that just started evolving from one event that happened and boom, there it is, right? Especially not like a man-made, event, right?
Wow.
But because of its biological activity, along with the natural pressure, water currents, and collapsing structures, the wreck is steadily weakening. Famous features have already disappeared. There was something, it was like the captain's bathtub, I guess, that was really prominent. And it collapsed in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. So your next Lab Libs is in this next one. And I said a recent year.
Okay.
You said 2020. I like it.
Had to.
It's 2024. In 2024, a well-known section of the bow railing fell away. It's probably, Titanic movie.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So the stern, which had already got badly damaged during the sinking, now it was deteriorating even faster, right?
Yeah.
Despite the decay, the wreck is now home to a surprising deep sea ecosystem. As the metal breaks down, iron enriches the surrounding water, allowing sponges, corals, anemones, and other deep sea species to also colonize the site.
That's so cool.
In a part of the ocean that normally has very few nutrients, the Titanic has become its own small biological hotspot. So,
That is so weird.
How long do we got?
Oh, this is my next Lab Libs, right?
Yeah.
Until what year?
Correct.
Be gone?
Yeah, so a year in the near future, I said.
I said 2050, didn't I?
You said 2050. I'd argue that's not the near future, but okay, we'll go with that.
I mean, it's pretty near.
Well, estimates vary drastically, like very, very drastically. I'll tell you why. But some scientists predicted the total collapse by 2030.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I just didn't know what scale of year you meant, right?
Yeah, right.
The future could be hundreds of years in the
Correct.
future. So
That's right.
25 years
Yeah.
from now seems pretty low. But then I was also, when you were about to reveal it, I was thinking you were saying that's when there would be no more of the Titanic left there at all.
Right.
This is just when it's going to like completely collapse into a pile of rubble.
rust. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Others argue that the parts, especially like the bow, they could last like 300 to 400 more years.
300 to 400 more years.
Yeah, exactly. Some say the deep sea currents could also accelerate the destruction unpredictably as well. So, like I said, nobody freaking knows. But the Titanic is currently losing 0.13 to 0.2 metric tons of iron per day.
Say that again? What was the percentage?
0.13
0.13 metric tons a day of iron mass.
through the rusticle formation.
Wow. Mm-hmm. We're still going with rusticles, huh?
We're still going to call it rusticles because that's what they call it, unfortunately.
Wow. Well,
Yeah. What can we do about it? We can't do anything.
do you think the bacteria are okay with their creations being called rusticles?
Probably not. I'd say no.
I'd say no. Every time you've said that there's like a thriving community of bacteria and organisms and stuff, I'm just imagining like
The guys on the Mucinex commercial?
no, I was actually thinking of oh gosh, I can't remember. It was like an old movie and they're like inside of a cell and they're red blood cells and stuff.
Well, I don't remember. I don't. It sounds familiar, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Osmosis Jones.
Oh, I don't know.
That's the movie I'm
I
thinking
haven't
of.
seen that one.
It's so good. That's what I'm imagining. It's like a whole city inside your cells and stuff.
All right. This is your last Lab Libs. And I gave you a number less than 10. You said 9. Rust flows extend several inches into the seafloor sediments and spread outward by about blank inches per day.
This is this Titanic site or
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. At the Titanic site, the rust spreads
Okay.
along the seafloor, right?
By how many inches?
Outward
I don't think it's 9 inches.
by about blank inches
Maybe
per.
it's like
Oh, I'm sorry. I
inches.
said per day, per year.
Oh, per year.
Yes.
year.
Sorry. Yeah. It's 4.
4.
4. Yeah. So every year it's growing rust.
4 inches.
4 inches of rust. Yeah. So it's disappearing pretty quickly.
Yeah, and spreading.
And spreading. Yeah. RMS Titanic Inc. apparently is a company.
Oh.
It holds the salvage rights to the wreck and has collected about 5,500 artifacts since 1987.
So weird that there's a company that like has the rights to it somehow.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was weird too. But so as you can imagine, this thing's disintegrating. And so they do want the artifacts, but also it's disintegrating, right?
Right.
So kind of a conundrum there. So they've taken out about 5,500 artifacts. But after the Titan submersible disaster in 2023, the U.S. government insisted that the salvage operations require federal approval. No. So not just a corporation.
Oh. Interesting.
Crazy, right? Yeah.
I wonder like why? Like, why do they care?
Who cares, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, for now, the artifact recovery is paused.
Wow. So it's just all turned to rusticle.
Right. So every year the wreck changes dramatically. Like a lot of the features vanish, the decks collapse, the railings fall, and all these like scientific opportunities are kind of disintegrating. One researcher put it, "We are watching Titanic disappear in real time."
Yeah. And what's going to happen to the poor... What are they called again? Hilo... something Titanic, eh?
Right. Halimonus.
Halimonus, yeah. Titanicus. What's going to happen to them?
What's going to happen to them when they have no more food?
Yeah, we gotta keep dropping some rust down there. We gotta keep dropping some big pieces of iron for them. Okay, if we cause this animal, not an animal, if we cause this organism to exist by a man-made event or structure, and then it disappearing causes the organism to go extinct, should we have a conservation effort?
I was thinking we should just keep feeding it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What's the ethical thing there? Because like it's pretty widely established that it's an ethical scientific thing to try to conserve organisms that are going extinct, right? Because of man-made, reasons. But we made the reason that they exist. So is letting them go extinct the ethical thing here, since they're man-made origin environment?
Well, I don't think they're going to listen to you and I.
No.
Yeah.
Not.
For some reason.
It is interesting.
They should, though.
I think they should feed them.
That's your vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should just take a vote.
We should just feed them iron. Like,
Yeah.
what's it hurting? It seems that the iron is good for that environment anyways, right? Just
Yep.
just doesn't have to be a lot.
Okay, so the Titanic is now like part ship, part habitat. And a part
crumbs.
Experiment too,
Yeah.
So this famous disaster is meeting deep sea microbes.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
And that is just the deal. What do you think?
I love them. And I think
Yeah.
we should protect them from extinction.
Yeah.
It's
Toss
wild.
them another ship or two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that should be fine.
I mean, it'll be good for they only need one ship sacrifice every 100 years.
Probably every couple hundred years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There'll still be plenty of rusticles when the ship collapses for a while, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just give them some more rusticles. And
Okay, I've taken you into my deep sea rabbit hole.
yes.
What rabbit hole do you have for me this week?
So I had this fascination for a few different reasons. One is from this show that I watch, Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And there's a side plot of one character, and he starts talking about he wants to do a podcast too about dogs with jobs.
Okay.
And I thought that was funny. And then I heard about a couple of other examples that I'm going to give you here, like separately from each other. And so I kind of this week thought about how these different things are related. So I'm going to tell you about not specifically not dogs, but other animals that do jobs.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So the first one that I have to tell you about is the one that inspired me to collect all of these together that I've heard of from different sources.
What do you got?
Historically, in the 1980s, there was a program by the New York City Police Department
Uh-huh.
in the Bronx
Right.
that they were going to train SEALs,
Oh.
not Navy SEAls, the animal SEALs,
Okay.
to retrieve things for them underwater that they couldn't easily get to.
Well, that sounds really a really important job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so it didn't really work out that well. Like it wasn't
really?
implemented, the program, but they did
Interesting.
try to start training 3 SEAls to
goodness.
retrieve revolvers
Oh.
that had been thrown into water tanks.
Okay then.
And then in response, the trainer would give them some herring.
All right. Of course. Yeah.
So
That's great.
they wanted to teach them various police duties that they were training them on. And one of them was to retrieve handguns tossed into bodies of water around New York City. As well as retrieving other things like drugs and contraband.
All of that.
I don't know why.
Okay.
But it became like a tourist attraction where they were
really?
training them. Like people would come to see the SEAL search and recovery team.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Like grabbing guns out of the water. So it didn't get implemented though because they weren't very good at it.
Because it's dumb.
Because it's really dumb.
Right. Yeah. So that's why it didn't work. It's because it's really, really dumb. It's a really dumb idea.
It's really dumb. So I saw this.
Get a powerful magnet or something.
I know. I don't understand. Just send a diver down to
Or
get the
a
things that
diver.
you want.
Of course.
Why are we employing the SEAls?
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay.
What else you got?
I saw that on Instagram or something, and I was like, huh, that reminds me of this animal. And then I was like, oh, there's this other animal. And so I was like, this is it.
Okay. All right. Let me hit me with them.
Okay, so first we got the gun retrieving SEAls. Okay.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Then this is another one that I heard about a couple of weeks ago that there's this startup firm, like company in Sweden that is deploying volunteer crows to pick up cigarette butts.
Oh.
They didn't train any specific crows to do it. They just put out machines that are shaped and functioning easily for a crow to function, where if you put a cigarette butt in, some seeds come out.
Oh.
And it's working so well.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that is creative.
Right? Because
Oh my gosh, what a great
every
idea.
cigarette butt that they deposit in this machine that they designed especially for this purpose, they receive a little bit of food. And the wild birds in this area are voluntarily doing this.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't they?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Did they try and fake out the machine by putting other stuff in it?
I don't know. Maybe. Because you would think they would say, oh, an item. I can put any item in here.
Throw anything in there. Here's a little bit of paper.
It must work only for cigarette butts.
Right.
So in Sweden, 62% of all litter is cigarette butts.
Whoa.
And that the company is estimating that this method of employing wild crows to be volunteers.
Right.
I mean, they're not volunteers, actually. They're getting paid.
That's true. They're
They're literally
they're volunteering to be employed.
That employing this method is saving them 75% of costs involved with picking up cigarette butts.
I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't have to pay people to do it.
Oh my gosh, this is just a fantastic idea.
You can't pay people in a tiny bit of seeds.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure they spend a lot less in seeds than they would paying people.
It works because most crows are, like all crows are very intelligent, but specifically this type of crow, the article says they're as good at reasoning as a human 7-year-old.
Oh, wow.
So they are definitely like capable
Well,
of,
the
of
other
figuring this out and
I
doing
think
it.
the other thing that makes them highly capable, and you might have it there, but is the fact that they can get to all these like places that even humans couldn't, you know.
And the other thing too, that's true, that they are like good at picking them up and they can get into like little crevices and stuff.
Right.
They will teach each other to do it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it also has the added benefit of lessening the chances that they'll try to eat them, which is harmful to the bird population.
Oh, true.
So instead of trying to eat the cigarette butt, now they're like taking into this machine and getting actual food.
Okay. That's a good idea too, yeah.
I really like this quote at the end from one of the waste strategists in the city.
Yeah.
He said, Tomas Thernstrom said, "It would be interesting to see if this could work in other environments as well. Also from the perspective that we can teach crows to pick up cigarette butts, but we can't teach people not to throw them on the ground." That's an interesting thought.
It's a thought.
Then I also had already known about another example, which was historically, and I found out that currently as well, there are certain dolphin populations that co-evolved with humans to hunt together.
Really?
Yeah, so they've like evolved behaviors
Okay.
together as humans were evolving these behaviors to go out and fish together. Like the human will signal or investigate, find a willing like dolphin or orca.
Yeah,
Orcas also do this too. Participant, and the orca or dolphin will swim around, gather up all the fish in one place, and the human will throw the net and catch it with their like technology and stuff, and then split the fish.
Really?
With the
Okay.
animal. Yeah.
Oh.
And I found out more about it from this article that I read, that we're sure that in some places this practice is still being done, and at least one place we're sure that it's not being done anymore with this particular pod of orcas. And the reason that they think it is because
We've tried to catch them all.
we killed 3 of them. And so the pod left. They were like, fuck you and your fish.
I mean, honestly, don't fuck around with somebody that's that intelligent.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to fuck with you.
Yeah. So I thought that was
Yeah.
really cool one too, like fishing together.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
There was another one that is, well, I can't find the article to look at it, but basically it's this type of bird and it's similar. Like it's a honey guider bird, and they eat honey from bees' hives, and they will signal to a human and guide them to a honey nest that they can't reach or access easily, and have the human help them break it open.
Right.
And then they'll share it.
They'll get some of
Yeah,
it
they'll
too.
just get some too.
Oh,
And
man,
they've
that's cool.
observed this bird, or they've heard anecdotal evidence of the bird instead leading a person to like a dangerous animal. And they think it's because that person has not split the honey with them once. And so then they're like, okay, well, I'm going to lead you to a bear.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Man,
they're like getting revenge.
These creatures are so smart.
Yeah. And I just found so many other little examples. Like, I won't go into so much detail on all of them, but there's a little mouse that this guy noticed on camera in his garage or shed that is putting away tools for him. Like, he'll pick things up off the ground and put them back where they go. Like, picking up little pegs and corks and putting them back into the box.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Very Cinderella vibes.
Right? There's all kinds of animals that are used in hunting, like pigs that are trained to sniff out truffles. And dolphins that will search for underwater mines.
Okay.
And apparently they've been finding and destroying mines for decades.
Wow.
Like with our training, not on their own.
All right. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
And there's other birds that do the same thing as dolphins do, like help humans catch fish and then share the fish with them.
Okay.
In China and Japan, it's a common practice for fishermen to use birds called cormorants to help them catch fish.
Yeah, these are pretty wild.
Right? There's also mice that they've trained to go get landmines and bring them back.
What? Oh my god.
Because their little feet are so light,
They're not going to set it
they
off.
don't set off the mine.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So
Wow.
they like sniff back and forth, and when they smell one, because they've been trained to like smell it, they freeze and make like a scratching sound so that we can go in and remove it from wherever they found it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so there's lots of animals with little jobs.
That's sweet. That's super cool.
I think it's nice.
Well, I didn't know you were going to go in the way of like animals voluntarily doing a lot of these things. But obviously we know that a lot of animals have jobs, right?
Yeah,
So
like on farms and transportation and stuff like that.
no, like just police dogs and police horses and stuff, and they call them like actual cops, which is strange. But
Yeah, they can get awards and stuff.
so I'm obsessed with police dogs.
Yeah.
I love search and rescue dogs. I think it is the coolest thing in the entire world that these dogs can go and locate something that, you know, whether it be human remains or whatever it is, like after 30 years, they're smelling like
I know.
a specific type of decay. Like, it's wild to me. I've always
Yeah.
really loved like search and rescue
I've
dogs.
known about like lots of dogs have different jobs, right? There's
Right.
like all kinds of service dogs too for individuals.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It struck me as like so bizarre to think about other animals for some reason.
Yeah.
Stuff.
No, you're
like,
right.
Training them to do stuff like that.
Yeah. No, you're
Like
right.
the little mice minding, like finding the mines and stuff. And
Yeah.
But the ones in the wild were the ones that really got me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dolphins and the honey garter birds and stuff.
Well, what I was gonna say was, obviously we know about all of that, but I became really super obsessed with something years ago. I randomly like heard about it on a podcast, and I was like, "What is this? I've never seen it, never heard of it. How do people even like? This is crazy, right?" Do you know what the Beagle Brigade is?
No.
Right. So the Beagle Brigade is I'm sorry, it's like you don't think of like search dogs being something like a beagle. They have handlers in the USDA and the CBP. They are trained to hunt out like fruits and vegetables and stuff like that at international airports.
Oh.
Because a lot of these fruits and stuff, if you bring them back from certain countries, they're gonna expose new, diseases and everything. So, you're not allowed to bring certain things back from other countries, right? Like, you can't just bring a barrel of corn back they're trained to sniff out different types of like fruits and vegetables and everything and meat. Oh my God, meat, that's weird.
I love the name. The Beagle Brigade.
Right?
So cute.
And they're so cute.
They have little vests.
They're so, yes, of course, they have little guys.
That's so good.
And they're so cute. And from what I've seen, what their alert is if they find it like in a suitcase, they just go and stand on top of the suitcase.
Oh, they're just like,
This is the one. So once I heard about the Beagle Brigade, it's like you always picture German Shepherds or even like bloodhounds for sniffing, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, the Beagle Brigade, what?
Beagle Brigade.
So they're little like USDA agents, the Beagle Brigade.
wow.
Pretty funny, right?
Yeah.
I had never seen them like in any airports or anything.
That's really cute.
Yeah. I want to see them.
I want to see them. Wow. So yeah, there's a bunch of animals with jobs
Nice.
in the wild even.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I love the crows with the cigarette.
Oh yeah,
butts.
that's my favorite.
Amazing. That's just amazing. Well, we'll be back in a couple of weeks. You'll tell me a story.
I'll tell you a story.
I'll get nothing right.
Or maybe you'll get like 5 right randomly like last time.
Yeah, that was a fluke, I think.
Yeah.
Luckily, maybe in my rabbit hole, I'll mispronounce something.
True.
Yeah.
I probably will also mispronounce something.
That's true.
So definitely there'll be mispronunciation.
I think the difference between you and I is, though, you say it with confidence.
I do. I do say it's going. That doesn't mean it's not wrong.
Right. Yeah, even if it's wrong, you say it with gusto.
You say it with a question mark.
Question mark it. As usual, sources will all be in the notes, and make sure you like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Just
Tell
something.
friends.
Acknowledge us.
Yeah.
Just acknowledge us.
Put
That's
a
all.
comment. I'd love to hear what people think about it.
Yeah, comments would be great.
Yeah, ask us a question.
We really enjoy doing this, and we want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
All right. We'll be back. See you in a couple weeks.
See ya.
All right. Bye.
Bye.